bad.
Hey Google, how many years is 1995? Hey Google, 26 years. Yeah, 26
All right,
years.
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the We Got Balls podcast. My name is Steve Trudeau. Thank you for joining us today. Joined by my co-host Emmanuel Pacheco. No Mikey Almeida today. Emmanuel, how you doing, buddy?
Woohoo! I'm doing awesome today. I'm better than normal. I'm like way better than normal. Maybe it's because Mikey's not here. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I hope he's listening. Because when I was sick the other day and when I was not able to join, I listened in, right? So just to see if you guys are talking shit about me, which you guys were last time. So I'm gonna now talk shit about Mikey.
I can almost 100% guarantee you that he is absolutely not listening to this
Oh, I
today.
guarantee you he's listening. Watch. We're gonna get like messages. Watch. He's listening.
I don't think he even listens when he's live on the podcast with
Well,
us.
no, that I know, but now he's just not able to talk, but he's still able to listen. Unless he has strep ear. You think he has strep ear or just strep throat?
I think he's got strep. I don't want to be in the podcast.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
He put on his best fake sick voice. You know, like when you were a
Oh
kid,
yeah.
you didn't want to go to school.
I don't think I can come in today. Is that
Did,
sound like what he said
did
to
you
you?
have any like tricks to get out of going to school if you were when you were young?
100%. Yeah, 100%. It was the fake cough,
Mm-hmm.
fake headache, um, hurting my back. I did that once, but I did actually hurt my back. I wasn't feeling good. I just didn't want to walk. I just didn't want to go to school.
Mine was
Done.
always taking the thermometer and putting it under warm water.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but when I started a fever of like 120, I don't think my mom believed me. But you know, everyone's got their ways of getting around. But bottom line, Mikey, hope you feel better. Unfortunately, he's not here today. It's just me and Emmanuel hanging out, which is cool. We've done this
Yeah.
before. It was good one last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So you want to talk about your Raptors game? I know that you were very excited to go to a game, actually get out of the house
Oh,
there in Toronto, and you got a good one the other night.
well, listen, the entire country was behind the Raptors this game. Okay.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, it was the entire country. So it was last second, like 0 left on the clock, and it goes in, and it goes in. The whole country was behind us. But yeah, we were in the box, and it was literally the entire executive suite just went up in arms and basically like completely celebrating. The entire arena was celebrating. It's the Raptors are such an exciting team. Like super exciting team. I'm telling you, out of all of the NBA teams, I still say that they're the most exciting team.
It's Canada's team, man.
It's
What can you
Canada's team.
say?
Yes, yes. I
Well, I
had
mean,
some
it was a fun game. I saw that you were at the game that they had a last minute or last second. It was decided in the last second of the game, right? Like they
literally the
thought
last split
Toronto
second.
tipped it in, and they did, and they said the shot clock went off.
0, yeah, so it was red, neon around the basket, and, they were still wasn't sure whether they're gonna count it or not, but they did, and it was, what was the other thing that happened? It was against Oklahoma, right? Which lost 78 points the game before?
Yeah, it was actually 72 they lost by the game
72,
before.
72. Okay, sorry, I apologize, 72 they lost. So you can either look at it two ways. The Raptors were really bad that night, and they basically went against the team that had lost 72 and only just squeaked by, or the Oklahoma just had a bad night and then they were all coming back and they put their heart into. I think it was that. I think they
Yeah,
were
they were
really.
probably just embarrassed.
I it was pretty embarrassing. 72,
Yeah,
72.
I mean, the Raptors don't really have an expectation to win this year, but I mean,
What? I don't agree with you guys. You guys were
no,
talking shit about my Raptors yesterday. I was pissed off.
they're a fun little team, the Toronto Raptors,
Little team, yeah, but
but they're not like a favorite to do anything. The best you could hope for is that your young players look good, and maybe
yeah.
they trade away Siakam, get another young piece, and you'll be good in like 1 or 2 years.
Well, yeah, I agree. Like, I think they're building the team for sure, but I think it'll be some of the most exciting games in the NBA. Mark my words. Even the last game was awesome.
And you were at the game, and it was a work event though, right?
It was work event. Yeah, we were there with customers. I had a few CIOs, CTOs that were with me, and then we had one of our partners there, and we had the whole box. My wife and my daughter and my son were all in the crowd, so they
But
weren't
they were
allowed in the box.
weren't they, like, in, like, the nosebleeds and you were in, like,
Yeah,
luxury
yeah.
box
I was in
seats?
luxury. I was in luxury, but
Were
we
you
did invite my
sneaking
wife.
them food from, like, the
Well,
luxury seats?
during halftime, we got to go, first we during halftime, I texted my wife, said, "Look, meet me at the level of where the boxes are, and I'll let you in." So we
Nice.
managed to get her in, but prior to that, we went down to the floor to go meet our buddy Nav, who's the super fan of the Raptors, and he sits next to the super agent, real estate agent, Sam McDaddy. So we were able to get down
Wait,
there and actually,
is
spend
his
some time.
last name really McDaddy?
McDaddy, yeah, but he's a really cool guy. He's very genuine. If we ever want to talk real estate with Mikey, I think he'll come on. Like seriously, I think he would. And he's, you know
Another
what?
promise.
No, no, I try, dude. It's not my fault.
I know.
People just, But here's the deal. He he has sold over $5 billion worth of real estate and that's like houses. That's not commercial business. That's real
To
estate
be
business.
fair to be
Yeah, go
fair, I
ahead.
think, like, every house in Canada is, like, cost $10 million at this point. In Toronto, at least, it's
No, it's
super
not
expensive,
true.
so
It's
he
not
sold,
true.
like, 10 houses and he hit that $5 billion trade.
That's not true. That's not true. He's
Uh,
done more business than Google in Canada. Like, that's not
so
even a joke.
so you were in, like, luxury box seats. Was that
Yes.
the nicest you've ever sat at a
Oh,
basketball game before?
no, not
No?
at all. Floors are
Oh,
still better.
baller over
Floors are
here.
No, floors are still better. But the food was good. The food was great. The company was awesome. It was great. It
I
was
love there's nothing better in the world than going to a sporting event and having, like, the all you can eat, like, an
Yes.
option to eat whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to a
100.
Celtics game and we had, the company tickets and we were in, like, something called the Putnam Club,
Oh, yeah,
and
I've
it
heard of
was
that.
basically like a wedding, what's the thing before the actual wedding? The cocktail
Like,
hour. It was
cocktail
like the
hour, yeah, yeah,
cocktail hour essentially
yeah.
before the basketball game. It was amazing.
But what did
I'll
you
never
eat?
do that again, but
Yeah,
it
what
was
did you
fun.
eat? What were the types of, food? Because I'll explain. My food was actually pretty dope, but let me ask
I
what
mean, they had, like, so if you go to, like, a cocktail hour, they have, like, the guy cutting the meat, you know what I
Oh,
mean? They
okay.
give you pieces of meat, shrimp
Yeah,
cocktail, obviously,
yeah,
the cheeses. God, oh god, I love a good cheese spread. Who
yeah.
doesn't love a good cheese spread, right?
I'm a cheese guy. I'm a
Yeah.
cheesehead.
So, they had all that sort of stuff.
Well, we had, sliders, sushi,
Holy
a bunch of yeah, so we had sliders, all you can eat sushi, a bunch of, spring rolls, chicken wings, um, chips, and then all the beer you could drink, and then, not a lot of hard liquor, but a little bit, I
so
think.
that's an interesting subject because I feel like my first instinct is, like, open bar at a basketball game, like, let's go,
Yeah.
but you're also at a work thing and you had
Oh, no.
clients too?
Yeah, so one of my clients got a little buzzed.
Hell yeah.
But we brought him down to the floors to go meet up with, Sam McDaddy and then also Nav. Fun fact about Nav, there was a COVID scare with, contact tracing for Masai, so the, GM of the Raptors.
He had COVID.
Well, I don't know if he had it or it was a contact tracing. So look, so he was attending Masai's Giants of Africa event, and he was deemed close contact and was required to self isolate. So it's not that he had COVID; it was just that he was required to self isolate because he was part of a contact trace.
Are we talking about Nav or Masai right now?
Masai.
Oh, okay.
Nav, he missed it. I think he does have COVID, but he basically missed his first game in 26 years since
That's crazy.
1995. First home game missed. But an unbelievable people are like everybody's behind Nav now. The whole country is supportive of Nav and they really feel that, he needs a bit of a break so they're giving him a pass on this one, but he literally this is the first time in 26 years. Can you imagine that?
That's crazy. You know what? I wonder how much he's spent in his, like, lifetime on Raptors
No, no,
tickets.
no.
Because the other day I know you have something for me, but the other day, me and my wife were looking up are you familiar with Spike Lee,
Yeah,
the film director?
yeah, I'm familiar.
So he's a huge Knicks fan, and he
Yeah.
actually sits Madison Square Garden, floor seats, like, right next to the Knicks bench. It's, like,
Yeah.
the most amazing seats in basketball, and obviously the Knicks are super expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And we looked up how much he spent in his lifetime,
Mhm.
as a Knicks fan to sit in those seats,
Yeah.
and he said he spent around $10 million to
I can
sit in
imagine
those
that.
seats over
I
I think it was over, like, 15, 20 years.
Now, 10,000,000 to Spike Lee is kinda like
Oh, no, 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 no,
$1,000 to
no, no, no,
you
no, because
and
we
me.
looked up this was a great follow-up, Manuel, because we had that conversation, and I said,
Yeah,
"Well, I wonder how much Spike Lee is worth," and
yeah,
his net worth was 50,000,000. So he
yeah, okay.
spent 20% of his, like,
That's a lot.
entire worth to watch
Yeah.
the shitty ass Knicks.
Yeah, but it's also the what does he get out of it, right? The networking, all of the other like Nav, he owns a car dealership. And his poster that's on a billboard in the in Toronto and stuff like that, that is probably pale in comparison to what he gets on the Raptors. He's got a Netflix movie now that's coming out. Like he's got a Netflix movie. Nav the super fan has a Netflix movie. He's in the Hall of Fame, the NBA Hall of Fame. Like, dude, the guy is a superstar.
Well, we were talking about our big baller bucket punishment of watching a
Yeah.
terrible movie. There
Yes.
you go. Nav the
No,
super fan movie.
that's not a terrible movie though, but yes, I I would definitely think that okay, so that's we get to choose this punishment, okay? So you and me, you know how you can stream it where you can start a movie and basically watch it together with somebody? Have you ever done that?
I haven't, but I'm sure it's not that hard.
It's easy to do, but you can basically invite a friend and say, "Hey, we're gonna watch together." And then it'll synchronize, and if I pause it, it'll pause on your end as well.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll find a
You're
time to
in
watch
on
this.
Mav? Watch this.
So
It's
what
it's
we're
on, I think,
supposed
this
to
Friday.
do I don't wanna watch the Nav one, but what we're supposed to do for a punishment is watch, a bad movie together.
Yeah.
So, whatever if there's a listener that has a recommendation for, like, an awful, awful movie, let us know. But I think we're gonna go look at Rotten Tomatoes and find, like, the worst rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, there is a Santa Claus movie, or there's a
Ooh,
Christmas movie
holiday one.
apparently that came out, but it's apparently the worst movie in history that was
Let's do
made.
it.
It's an animated, Santa film, and apparently it's really, really bad, but I
You
can't
know
find the name of it. I'm trying to find the name of it.
you know what's a good one, which I don't wanna pick this one for us, but remember the Cats movie they came out with a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah. Okay. The one where they erase the buttholes of the
Yeah,
cats.
yeah, that we should watch that together.
They spent $4,000,000 erasing the buttholes of the cats.
Imagine being the guy who your job is to erase cat
Oh,
assholes.
no, erasing it is fine. It's imagine being the guy
Who
to
had to draw
spot
the
if you've
assholes?
missed one. If you missed it,
God.
that's your job. I'm looking for assholes.
Well, they're not real assholes, so somebody
No.
originally had to put the assholes in, right?
Yeah, I know. Imagine that guy. All the work that he did to put the
Wow.
assholes in, and then they took it out.
Your one job's to draw assholes on cats, and then it gets erased afterwards.
That's, like,
Talk
brutal.
about feeling like a meaningless life, huh?
Yeah, being the asshole, animator. That's gotta be the worst job ever. Worst
Well,
job. Cats, I'm up for it. We can vote on it if you want. We can let the Reddit fans. So we have Cats, Nav the Superfan Netflix film. What else? Oh
in
wait,
whatever maybe we'll see if Mike has suggestions.
okay. Yeah, he's gonna choose some stupid film that we've never heard of or something like that. There's
Alright, we'll
quite a
see.
few of really bad ones. There's quite a few really, really bad ones. I have a really good movie that we can actually, hack our way into getting a good movie, but yet it sounds like it's a bad movie. It's called The Hammer.
It sounds like a porno.
I know, but it's actually one of the best sports films. It has a 100% rating on I think it's 98% now. I think some asshole basically rated it lower, but it actually is had 100% at one time. So Adam Carolla, it's a boxing, flick.
Okay.
But it's about going to the Olympics but it's based on kind of a almost like a true story, but it's actually really well done. But we'll tell Mikey that it's a horrible, horrible film, but we'll watch it because I think actually you would like it.
No,
Okay?
that's not the thing about here's the one thing before we get into anything else, and the one thing I'm worried about watching a movie with you
What?
is you're a liar. So
What are you talking about?
I feel like you're gonna we'll watch it on our own maybe, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I totally watched it," and you'll just
No,
completely
no,
be
we'll watch it.
bullshitting me.
No, but that's why I'm saying we use the
Alright.
streaming capability because you can actually, watch it with your friends, and you know that you're watching because your friend, it'll show that they're both watching it.
Okay.
'Cause it starts it at the same time. If you pause it or stop it, it stops it at the same time. Okay, I've never used the feature, but apparently it works, so we can try it out. Okay.
All right. Well, speaking of being an asshole, you were telling me this week about how you're. I don't know how you want to put this for the audience. I call you a
Okay,
scam artist, but what would
sure.
you like to call yourself?
Well, we let's put it to the audience for voting on what we should call it. I think it should be a regular segment because I have so much of these hacks, right? So, we were gonna call it either Emmy's hacks, or we're gonna call it Emmy's edge, or I don't like Emmy's scams because 'cause they're not all scams. It's like they're legitimate ways of beating the system, either through loyalty programs or through different ways of beating, warranty, programs that are for things, and I can talk about that, and yeah, I can give some background on how I learned all of this too.
All right. So to help me judge if you are a con
Sure.
artist, which I believe you are, I think I have a guest joining us right now to
Oh,
help
here
give
we
us
go.
some information. So this is the first time trying this feature on the soundboard. So this
Okay,
could go horribly wrong, but let's see if there's someone on the line.
okay.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, this is
It
working. I
worked.
mean, the sound
Oh my
quality is not as
god.
good as us, but I mean, I
Oh,
can't
no.
say anything. We sound pretty great. But yes, Emily, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It only took like a year.
All right.
This is true. It took 1 year because we kept asking him to invite you on, and then he would say, "No, no, she's shy. She doesn't wanna come on." Is that true?
It, there's no way Steve would ever say that.
No, I believe we had Emily on to talk to Brad about trashy
Oh, that's
TV,
true.
and he was not happy about that. And that was the last time we talked to Brad.
You sit on a throne of lies. Look, I'm not.
It's
Well, Emily,
hilarious.
welcome. Welcome to our humble podcast.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so
Oh, long time listener, first time call.
Yeah, yeah, you have to say that. You have to say that for sure.
absolutely. All right, so Emmanuel, he has what he calls life hacks, but what I call just insurance fraud scams. So I'm kind of
No.
curious what he's gonna what he's gonna give to us today about what he's been up to.
So I've got tons of them in
Okay.
different areas, right? So I have Starbucks one, I have, Dyson vacuum cleaner ones, I have any
IKEA.
type of food service with a loyalty program, I have that. I have banks, so how to get money out of banks. I have casinos, how to get
What?
money out of casinos. So, hotels, how to scam your way to a either free room or an upgraded room. Like, you can pick your
You use the word, not me.
yeah,
Wait,
sure.
wait, wait. Is the hotel one that you email them and pretend to be your own personal assistant?
No, but that's a different one to get into a club and get a bottle service, which I have done in Vegas. So I can talk about that another day. But is this what does Trudeau do this? Does he
No.
make you call and pretend that you're his assistant to get a room?
No, no, no. I learned this on
Oh,
the wealth of information that is TikTok.
yeah.
You can get like upgrades and stuff if you're like pretending to be booking on behalf of someone else
Yeah.
as like a personal assistant. They think you're fancy.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the personal assistant. You have to be and if you
That
actually
I
do
got life hacks too of manual.
see? It's
Life
not see, I think it's not a scam. Would you consider that a scam or a hack?
Me?
A
No,
little
I
bit of both.
Emily, I'm asking her. She's the one that brings it up. So she says that she can get this, room upgrade because she can call an assistant. Is
Listen, I
that a
haven't
scam?
done it. I just saw it on the
Oh,
TikTok.
Here's the problem. I feel like all of your hacks, quote unquote, are just you being a big Karen to like
no, it's not true.
employees and getting free shit. Which
No.
that's where I have draw the line. It's
It's
just
taking
being a jerk to
advantage
people.
of no, but it's taking advantage of a system that is already in place. It's not to an individual, and it's usually to a company that already has a system in place. So, and you're basically taking advantage of a system. Do you guys like your telephone provider, as an example? Do you want to save 20% off of your telephone provider?
What are you trying to
You have to.
sell me Verizon right now? What the hell is going
I
on?
can tell you how to get
You
20% off of
sound like
your
the people that I'm always ignoring in DJs as I walk by. They're like, "Excuse me, excuse me."
Those people are the
no.
worst.
But I have a
I,
a bunch of ways of taking
yeah.
again, getting the most out of your programs, okay? Out of the program.
Before you start with your life hacks, I do want to say so when you go into BJ's or a store, like there'll be people trying to sell you shit.
Yeah,
Typically, it's like join AT&T or Verizon or
yeah,
whatever. And Emily has gone past them before and
yeah,
acted like she's deaf, so she doesn't have to talk to them.
okay. See,
To
that's
be
worse
fair, I
than what I'm
didn't
doing.
like pretend like I couldn't hear. I signed to them, "Sorry, I'm deaf."
That's
Wow.
paternity death.
Okay, see, that's
Life
see,
hack.
life hack? Okay.
Learn in American Sign Language the phrase, sorry, I'm deaf.
Yeah,
And
see?
chances, I'm just taking my chances that none of them are fluent in sign language because I'm not. So if then they tried to communicate with me, I would just, I
One
do
day.
know the sign for poop,
I know
so
this
I would just
one.
make that and
Yeah.
run,
One day,
run.
that's gonna catch up. See, I won't lie. I won't lie to somebody. I will tell them honestly, and it's just knowing the system. I can give you an example. So Starbucks is one of my favorite places to go get drinks. And there's a legitimate hack of getting free drinks and maximizing your efforts at, as Ryan Reynolds would say, Deadpool, maximize effort, right? Or maximum effort, right? So you're just basically taking advantage of a system that is in place. Now, part of it
Wait,
is
did you
COVID
say
related.
maximizing effort?
Yeah, maximizing your effort.
Don't
So
you want to
imagine,
minimize your effort? Because it's
well,
like your,
okay, so maximizing your advantage. How's that? Is that better? Maximizing your advantage.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's better. So maximizing your advantage. Hey, Emmy's advantage. Hey, there. See, there's a
There
name.
you
We
go.
need a name. Okay, so Starbucks. So and this works during COVID really, really well. Just so you know, this works really, really well
The
during COVID.
pandemic's been really good for Emmanuel, apparently. Go
And
ahead.
this actually works also for hotels, right, as well. But it's a very simple secret where in the service industry, and especially if there's a structure of how they create things for you or give you your order, there's a certain things that they can't do, right? So there is this little hack, which is basically if Starbucks gets your order wrong, they will give you your order for free. And they will even give you another one because during COVID, once they pass you the drink, they can't take it back. So
You already sound
here's
like an
what I do.
asshole. I don't know what you're gonna
No,
do,
no,
but you
no.
sound like
This is
an
not
asshole
this is
already.
completely true. So here's
I
how it
mean,
works.
before COVID, they sometimes like if they would remake it for you.
Yeah, but they'd still give it to you. They'd still give it to you. 9 times out of 10, they would give it to you. And now this is works about 40 to 60% of the time. Doesn't work all the time, and it's usually on your 9th or 10th order. It's never your first order.
60% of the time, it works every time.
60%
Boom.
of the time, it works every time. Anchorman. I love that quote. But here's the way it works. So you order something and you must change the order so that it's custom. So I always order a Trenta Very Berry Hibiscus with no ice and no lemonade. Make it with water. That's all I say. That's a very straightforward order, right? Now, the chances of them getting it wrong are very high. Now, I always give the excuse, which is true. I have sensitive teeth. Okay, go ahead. Am I scamming anybody yet so far?
So, listen, I don't think these are quote unquote scams, but
They're not
let me just
scams.
preface this, Emmanuel. Do you want to continue with the segment? Because I feel like you're going to walk away from this looking like a complete d bag. Because
Oh,
right now, your
guaranteed.
first life hack is, hey, go to Starbucks, give them a really, really hard order, and they're gonna fuck it up, and then
Yeah,
get a free
sure.
drink.
Yeah, 100%. No, but that's but I'm telling you, I get out of 10 drinks, I'll get 1 or 2 of them for free. 100%. So, if they put ice in it, I say I can't drink it because I have sensitive teeth, right? I have
I'm
very
allergic
sensitive
to
teeth.
ice, he says.
If they put lemonade in it, which they always do, I said I can't drink this because it's too sweet, right? So, and they will give you the order and they'll make another one for you.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
Why are you the way that you are?
that's all I have to say. That's
Listen,
all.
and when I go to Starbucks, they know me, and when I go there and that happens, they don't get mad at me and they do it happily with a smile.
Yeah, you know what they're doing behind the scenes?
I don't care.
Right
I
in your
don't
drink.
care. I don't care.
All right, let's let Emily, because I feel like I'm
Okay.
impartial. Emily, what do you think about this quote unquote life hack of Emmanuel's?
Well, first of all, it's irrelevant here because I don't think we have the very, very hibiscus refresher
Oh, but you can order
anymore.
anything. It doesn't matter. You just have to change the order. It's the same thing with hotels. If you add a custom thing, like when I go to Fairmont Hotels, you can ask for, I want 32 pillows in my room, right? You can ask for it, and if they don't do it, you can get
That is a
this.
gratuitous amount of pillows. That's
Yeah, I know, but I would. There was somebody who they asked, "Is there anything else I can do for you to make your stay special?" And they said, "I'd like you to make me a pillow fort." This is actually a famous thing that happened. If you look it up, Fairmont Hotels pillow fort. And they made him a pillow fort, and he was ecstatic. They made him a pillow fort because they go above and beyond to try to please you, so they get a great rating on their customer service.
I'm just hoping you're tipping these people well. That's all I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah, I
say.
no, I don't. Again, when people do things that are great, I will absolutely tip. I will never skimp on tipping. Although I do have a tipping issue that I did in
Okay. You have a
Boston.
life hack not to tip now?
No, not the tip, but I tipped 10% at a restaurant in Boston with Mikey's mom and Mikey there, and they got pissed off at us at a
Yeah,
art
that's really, really low, Manuel.
and well,
That's
in
really
Canada,
low.
Yeah,
15% is about average, 10% is
20% is
low,
like
20%. It wasn't a very good service. I'm sorry.
The thing is,
It was not very
alright, so,
good
like,
service.
if it's bad service, I feel like my tipping amount would probably be 14,
What?
13, 15.
You're just saying that because I said 10, so you have to
No.
be higher than me.
No, 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 I'm not just saying that.
Ugh.
it takes a lot for me not to like fully tip someone. They work in the
No,
food and service
I
industry.
I
It
will tip
sucks.
them,
They might have had a bad day. They
but I
they
tip.
deserve
I
shit,
tip
like
all the time.
most.
But I tip all the time. But again, I've had one instance where I under tipped, and I will never do that again. That was like 10 years ago, so that's not anymore, but I'll tip. But that's not I never ever try to affect somebody's job. So if it's affecting their job or their pay scale, I won't do any type of a hack in order to do that. So that's one thing that you have to understand, that you have to be good to people, right? You have to be good to people.
So, what's the ruling on the first hack?
The Starbucks one.
Yeah.
Um, I'm looking at it from a Starbucks barista point of view because I had to Google like what the standard recipe is for that. You basically took a drink and you were like, make it like completely take one of the foundational pieces of it away, like the icing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But like if it's a drink that's like specifically made with lemonade, and you're like, don't do that.
Yeah. But that's fine.
Jerk or no
I don't
jerk?
know. Like, I mean, you're kind of hoping they fuck up so that
No,
inherently
but
is
9
a
times out of 10, they'll be fine. 9 times out of 10, I have to pay for my drink.
That's a
I
ruling,
know, but
Emmanuel.
you're hoping, but you're looking for that small percentage where
Right.
they mess up.
100%.
You're seeking their failure. That's messed up.
Yeah, so Emmanuel, guess what? The ruling's been in.
No.
Alright,
Well,
what's
I'll
your other
I'll
hack
just
you
keep
got for
getting
me
my
today?
drinks for free, and then, and you guys will just keep paying for all your drinks.
More
I
baristas getting fired because of Emmanuel.
I will send you pictures. You know, I got called by I used to sell to Starbucks. I told them about my system, and they said, "Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that."
Do you ever
I used to
do you
sell
ever watch Always Sunny?
Yeah, in Philadelphia.
You
I
need to
love
have, like, the dentist system for Emmy, though, the Emmy system. I'll have to figure out what the acronym stands for, but
Well, I've got a ton of them.
Worker,
manipulate.
make absurd requests.
Yes.
Yeah, make absurd. It's not making absurd requests. You custom your order. It's just like if you want fresh food at McDonald's, what do? You order a
don't go to
custom.
McDonald's.
You order a custom meal. You order something and you make a change. They will
I
never give you one off the rack. They'll always make a fresh one, guaranteed.
Can I say actually, I could have used that life hack on Saturday because we
Yeah,
stopped at McDonald's on the way back from Boston,
yeah.
and, I had this this is the first time I had
So
McDonald's in, like, I don't know, 5 years. I had a
Years.
crispy chicken sandwich, and it was literally just a sad piece of chicken that was moist.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
maybe it was fried at one point, I'm not sure, but it was just that between 2 buns and then 2 pickles, not even mayonnaise. It was so
uh,
sad.
see what
Uh
you got to do in that, or in that sense, I would make a change to the order. I would ask for it with
3
ketchup
pickles.
or 3 pickles. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing. I used to do this. This was mean, and somebody
You
told
are a
me that I should
shithead.
never do this. I would ask for, can I? Because my original one was not to ask for no ice. I would say,
I don't know. The exception is we were doing this at like 11:30 at night. I don't think they're making shit fresh.
No,
They're
they're
gonna be
making
like,
it brand new. They
this
have
fuck
to.
is getting what he
Yeah.
gets.
No,
Yeah.
they have to make
Yeah.
it fresh.
This
Manual.
stuff is Route
If
1
you
hot
ask for
dog
fries
at
without salt,
McDonald's at 11:30 at night.
no, but
I
Yeah,
it's part of their process. But
I
that's
asked them if they had Egg McMuffins because I thought they had, like, breakfast all day, and she's just like, "We got Big Macs." Deal with
She's pissed off.
it's true.
This is an American
We
thing
don't
because that
have
wouldn't happen in
those.
Canada.
We got Big Macs,
You
cheeseburgers.
want
What do you want?
you want a Big Mac? No, well, fuck you. Get the hell out of here.
It was
But listen,
not the most
if you
friendly
want fresh
service,
fries,
so I
so if you
wasn't
ever
asking for a custom.
no, but
I
it
didn't
it's
even ask for
changing.
special sauces first. I got nuggets, and I was like, "No sauce, is fine, thank you."
Emmanuel, Emmy, you would have
Yeah.
asked for like 18 different sauces, and if one of them was off, you would have like had a hissy
No,
fit.
I'll
and been
never
like,
get
"Oh,
mad at
great."
people.
And you would have been like, "Well, according to my life hack, this
No,
is
but see,
free."
it doesn't work everywhere. It works in high-end places for sure that have a higher customer satisfaction. McDonald's, the only thing that works at McDonald's is literally fresh food. So if you want fresh food, you're never going to get free food at McDonald's, but you will get fresh food if you order something that's custom.
Can I ask you something? Is there, and we did the thing that's really sad. Have you ever done the sad thing of ordering at a fast food chain and then pulling into the parking spot the parking area and just eating sadly in your front seat like fries and burgers by
Steven,
yourself?
why are you publicizing our shame? Why are you publicizing our shame?
Well,
You're
it's listen,
shame eating?
it's not as shameful if you're with somebody eating in
Right.
the car, but if you're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
by yourself, like
that's
at
shameful.
night in the McDonald's
Shameful.
parking lot, just eating a Big Mac, just
Yeah,
sadly in your car in the dark.
yeah.
There's like only few lower places in your life. Like you're almost at rock bottom if you're doing that.
Now there's somebody probably listening to this podcast that is in a McDonald's right now listening to our podcast, and now we've just
Well,
completely alienated them.
if they are listening to us, first get help. But before you get help, use Emmanuel's life hack and get a free
Get
Big
fresh
Mac.
fries. If you order no salt
No,
on your
not
fries,
free,
they will make
fresh.
fresh fries.
Fresh.
Fresh.
McDonald's is
McDonald's.
gotta
Okay?
you gotta do it custom. You gotta be like, I want a Big Mac, but instead of
Yeah.
hamburger patties, could you make it chicken
No.
patties?
No, yeah, well, you can do that too, but you would probably
Oh,
order it with no onions. So if it's a Big Mac, no onions. Now watch what happens. And onions on the side, right? So if you don't want onions, but you want onions, you
onions
say
on the side. I
yeah,
wouldn't.
onions on the side.
They'd be like,
They'll
"Well,
take
this man is a
Bro,
serial killer because
those
he wants
people
onions on the side."
those people are
Who's
making
just
like
eating the onion?
they're
I
making like
know.
$8 an hour, Emmanuel. If you ask for onions on the side, you're getting your food spit on. I'm curious
Oh,
now of all these asshole requests you make,
yeah,
how much spit have you consumed in your life of people
probably
just
a
spitting
lot,
in your
but I
food?
it still tastes pretty good. It still
Yeah.
tastes pretty good.
All
But it
right.
I wish
doesn't
you
work
had the
in the
sound clip
US.
from, was it Mad TV, the like complicated order one?
Yeah, yeah. But the complicated order only works on high-end.
Security, complicated order.
Yeah, but it only works yeah, see, but it only works so in a food service or in a service, place that has a high customer sat rating where they judge everybody by customer sat, they usually have very set out processes. You just have to understand what the process is. That's all. That's all. If
All
you
right. So
understand the process
Emmanuel,
yeah, okay.
Emmanuel, what is your other life hack? I need your second life hack. So we got the first one of what was it? The Starbucks making complicated orders to get free drinks. So what's your other one you got for me?
The second one would be hotels, but this is a good hack. Like, this is actually where getting upgraded rooms, right? So you can get upgraded rooms. So upgraded rooms are basically you don't have to call and say that you're anybody else, but you can do things with your loyalty program. So this is just maximizing your loyalty program. So most people don't realize that their loyalty programs have a lot of built-in benefits that they probably don't even know most of the things that are happening there. So when you sign up for a loyalty program, you typically get a few free things that are part of it, like Fairmont, Four Seasons. Marriott used to have a ton of stuff, but Marriott's now bought a lot of the different loyalty programs. So you have to kind of look at which one is different. Fairmont was a great one where you could order and get free running shoes, shorts, and a Reebok shirt delivered to your room, and it's there when you check in. So these are preferences, right? So they have a preference to be able to ask for things, and they have these special things that you can get it for free. So you don't have to do laundry with it. You don't have to bring your shoes, and you can go. And if you just look at your loyalty program, you'll see that there's a lot of different extra things. And if you don't know, you just call them and you find out, hey, what's included in this, and is there anything that I would get
So
if I
where's
sign
the
up?
hack?
Well, no, the hack is knowing that in hotels, it's a different. Like I said, you're never going to go above and beyond to hurt anybody's career or job.
Wait, are these
Never.
basically like bowling shoes? They're just like
No,
shoes
no,
they
they're
have
real. They're real.
that they hold
Fairmont
out?
People do not know this. Fairmont has a program for people who are athletic that want to work out, and it's part of their program, but they don't advertise it. And you just literally, if you call up and if you call, it's called Fairmont Fit.
All right.
You search
Let
Fairmont Fit. It's a program that's been out for years, and you can check into any Fairmont as long as you have a President's Club membership, which anybody can sign up for. You literally get the Fairmont Fit program as part of it with your size of shoe, shirt, and pants, and they let you keep the socks.
Okay, you get free socks. Congratulations. All right, let's get to some good ones. You were telling me you were getting like free vacuums and shit the other week.
I
Let's
can't
get
say
into
that
that.
one. That one I can't
Why
say.
not? No. I want the juicy
What?
ones. Tell me how you're getting free vacuums.
Well, you're not getting free vacuums, okay? It's warranty issues. So always check. So whenever I buy a computer, a printer, a TV, a vacuum, anything, I always get the receipt and I put it in an envelope and I put the date on it of when the warranty expires and I tape it to the bottom of the computer, bottom of the printer, back of the TV, on anything, right? And you're keeping an eye on anything that goes wrong with the unit. With a vacuum, a high-end vacuum, this is not low-end stuff, high-end vacuum, you have every right to complain about any part that is broken, any part that's not working as well, any part that is starting to make a little bit of noise. You can complain about it. When you complain, and some vacuum companies, and you can probably guess which one, will be absolutely willing to replace that. Now, do you have to return the other one? During COVID, they don't want anything returned. So you literally keep the unit that you have and they'll ship you out a new one. That's basically
It's
it.
I feel like all your life hacks is like there's COVID, so I pretend to cough on all my shit and they don't want it back.
No, but that's listen, not my fault. It's not my fault. That's the policies. These are policy decisions, and
The
warranties
crazy
are
thing
warranties.
the crazy thing, Emily, is I feel like Emmanuel, like I know you have a good job and stuff, and like you're trying to get like every nickel and dime from every company, like through a little
100%.
scam.
It's not a scam. It's okay. So how many times have you never ever used your warranty on any product? Have you ever really
No.
used your warranty on any right? But you probably pay extra for that, and you're just making sure that you're
I
taking
don't.
advantage.
I always select no. I take my chances. I'm a wild lady.
Yeah, see,
Live on the edge.
no, I now know
They
why
add
you meant
protection for
now.
$6. No, thank you.
Oh, but listen, trust me, whenever somebody says trust you, don't ever trust them. But anyways, that's another life hack. When somebody says trust me, don't trust them. Okay. But when you buy anything that has a warranty, especially if it's more than 1 year, print up the receipt and put it in an envelope and tape the envelope to the back of whatever that device is, a microwave, TV. And I'll give you an example. So I have a printer here.
I
Look
feel
at
like
this.
Should have
Look,
done this for our
printer.
microwave because I
There's
hate
there-
automatic vent fans.
I feel like this
You know
segment has
what? Life hack. I'm gonna call our microwave company and be like, I hate this feature of this microwave.
yeah,
Maybe
100%.
they'll send me a new one.
If it's part of the warranty, yes. But if you hate a feature, that doesn't mean it's part of the
I
warranty.
feel like this segment has become going from life hacks to the manual because like the first one was like kind of like a little life hack to like just advice from an old man. Just like keep your warranties to your appliances, keep your receipts, make
Well, I'm
sure
telling
you
you, I
tenant you on the wheels, kids.
I will help you negotiate your mobile plan so you get 20
Here's the
20%
next
off.
life hack. Like, make sure you read those user agreements before you click I agree and upgrade your software.
But there's a lot of secret things that you just have to
Check your
call.
carbon monoxide detector twice a year.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
I thought you were
Listen,
going to be some more scandalous. These are you're not
no,
very
this
scandalous. I thought you were a scandalous
okay.
man.
I can tell you what would happen in
This
Vegas.
also sounds like a lot of effort. Like I'm having to call again. Now I'm gonna be
No,
bullying customer service reps and be
you're
like,
not
"My
bullying
desk
anybody. But you're not bullying anybody.
answers." It
How are you
sounds like
bullying them?
appreciate.
You're not bullying them. It's a warranty issue. If you have a problem with it, they will assess it and they'll tell you, you know what, that we can replace that or we can't replace it. And sorry, we have and they'll have a policy. They'll have something that go there and they'll read it and they'll say, yes, this qualifies or no, this doesn't. Like squeaky things that aren't turning properly, things that are making noise. Those are telltale signs of warranty issues.
That's what she said.
Yes, that's what she said.
Exactly.
You're getting
All
good.
right.
Yeah, these don't feel like life hacks. These feel like hope for other people's failures and point it out and read your warranties.
Wow, I'm telling you, I will count my vacuum supplies and my vacuum
I mean,
accessory all day
if
long and get my free Starbucks while I'm doing it.
if there's anything I've learned about my time with Emmanuel is he always hopes for people's failures.
Why are you
That's
waiting?
All right, Emily, thank you for hanging out with us. We're gonna skedaddle off this segment. Appreciate you, coming in here and judging the shit out of Emmanuel. That's what I wanted today.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank
Appreciate it. I
you.
didn't. Not only did I want
Thanks for
one
having
of
me,
you,
guys. Finally.
yeah, one of you to judge me. Now I have both of you judging me. I love that.
Anytime.
There we
All
go.
right, Emmanuel. So I did want to tell you about this week. I feel kind of icky going to that comedy show on Saturday.
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
So I went to a comedy show for the first time, and it wasn't. I didn't feel icky because I was out in public. I felt icky because of who I saw,
Yeah.
which I went to go see Louis C.K. on Saturday.
Ugh.
Which
I like Louis C.K., but ever
his
since that
comedy's good.
happened, his comedy is very good. I think he's a comedy genius, but I think that he's a really creepy guy. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't look up the details 'cause I didn't want to know. I know he like got in trouble with the Me Too stuff. I think he was just like jerking off in front of women, like just like in the corner of a room being creepy.
Wasn't
You
it
said something
in
about
a
jerking into
bush or
plants?
in a plant? Wasn't it in a plant
I
or
thought
was
that
it
was Weinstein jerking into
Oh, was
plants.
it? Okay. I wasn't
But
sure.
apparently you said it's a big popular thing, people just jerking off into plants.
I do not know this. I do not know this at all. I accused of yeah, so this was sexual conduct. So, yeah, it was sexual misconduct, but yeah, he's a very creepy guy, and he's a very dark soul. But now
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yes, he's a very dark soul. Like, he
His
gets into things that are really, really
his opening like bit, Louis C.K.
Mhm.
When I saw him, he went up straight into pedophilia. That was his starter about he went into a bit about how like his girlfriend or someone he was seeing in Paris would send him little girls' underwear. And he
Ugh.
was like, how do you dispose of little girls' underwear without like looking creepy? And he's going through all these scenarios. It was just like, dude, I love Louis C.K. because like there's something wrong with that man's head. Like he
Yeah,
is
yeah,
so fucked up,
100%.
but it's
Okay,
like just like the things he thinks of is just so ridiculous and funny and just cringy at the same time. I mean,
okay,
his comedy was good though. I still he still has the knack for comedy. I just
yes.
felt icky, like when he came out, everyone's like cheering, like yeah, Louis and clapping. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't feel good
mm,
clapping for this man right now. Like I went into the comedy act being like, all right, I'm gonna enjoy the art and just like try to not like get rid of like the artist. No, let's just so
yeah. Well, okay, on a spectrum, okay. So is he a creepy guy like so I'll go on spectrum. So Aziz Ansari, who was another comedian and actor that basically got accused of basically having a bad date, right? And then you have Kevin Spacey
oh
and
he's
Harvey
done.
Weinstein.
That's
So
easy like in a
yeah,
row.
yeah, those are very big
It's
spectrums,
like
but Harvey Weinstein
Weinstein
on
is
the
the
yeah,
creepiest,
creepiest.
and
Yes.
then Spacey's the second one down the list there,
Perfect. Yeah, okay. And
and
then
then
where
Louis C.K.
you think he's 3rd or you think he's, like, wait a little
I
bit
think
further
he's
down?
probably third, and then Aziz is at the bottom. I don't know what happened with Aziz Ansari,
Well,
but
he yeah.
go ahead.
Aziz was a very simple one. It was just basically, basically dating a girl that thought he was not a good date and, basically accused him of a bunch of stuff, but then reneged on it afterwards. Again, whatever happened, I have no idea. I'm not, condoning any type of,
Yeah.
behaviors, but all I know is that what's come out in the truth and so far what's come out of what's corroborated is that he's not a bad guy. It's just that he had a bad date. That's basically what it was.
Well, I just loaded up on the soundboard like yesterday an Aziz Ansari sounder, and I
Oh, did
definitely
you?
cannot use that anymore,
Okay, you can't use
especially
that one?
what the sound is.
Oh, I wanna hear it. Can I hear it? No?
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
That can't be played after what you just said.
No. No.
Even
No.
though I just played it, I will not play it again. It's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, it's a misconduct allegation, right? And, basically, Me Too movement, everybody's, but yeah, it's like this doesn't sound like he's a bad guy. It's just that he got caught up in a situation where he had a bad date. That's what it sounds like from what I'm reading top level.
Yeah.
But I'm not condoning any type of behavior
Yeah.
here.
It was a good show though. Like his comedy is still really good. He still got it. I'm the only
Yeah,
thing I was disappointed was I thought, and Emily disagreed with me on this. I
yeah,
thought that what he should have done is like I think this is like his first kind of tour since the whole incident with him
yeah.
and the sexual
Okay.
misconduct, and I thought it would be appropriate to almost like bring it up in a set, but like in a joking way and just shit on himself,
Yeah.
like self-deprecate, like
Did he
address
do that?
it, but in a way that you're just like shitting on yourself and making comedy out of yourself. Like I'm
Yeah,
such like if you do it in a fun like a funny way, you can kind of address the issue, get it out of the way, clear the air, and just kind of like shit on yourself. Like I thought that would be the best way to handle it. He didn't really
mm,
bring it up. So it's just like to me, it feels like he's still like he did bring. He said one line about how essentially just saying like, oh, like something about code about being locked away and not being able to show your face for a couple years, and he just goes, "Now you know how I feel," and I was just like,
oh, that's a
yeah.
good
But the
joke.
thing is, like the
Yeah,
way he says it, it seems like he's defensive about what
yeah,
happened to
yeah,
him. Still, instead of being like, "I fucked up," it was almost like it's just he seems so defensive, like, "I
yeah,
don't really think I fucked up," which I would have rather him just been like, "Yo, I fucked up. Let me self-deprecate, make fun of myself, shit on myself, and, like, let's move on with everything." Like, I think that's the way you gotta approach it, but
yeah.
whatever. I mean, his show was still really good. I enjoyed it. I thought what's interesting, and I think this is gonna be catching on in a lot of comedy stand-up sets in the future, is I know Dave Chappelle does this as well.
Yeah.
Is Dave Chappelle actually, if you go to his set, he will take your phone from you when you walk in the doors, and they put them in,
Really?
like, little baggies and zip them up, and you have to,
Okay.
like, you know, um, I don't know if they have your, like, your name, and you have to show an ID to get your phone back,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
the idea is, like, no phones, no photography, no recording at the stand-up sets, and
Okay.
Louis CK did the same thing. He didn't take your phone, but the rule is no phone, you get to keep it, but they actually had ushers every, like, 2
Yeah,
minutes, like, going down where you couldn't
yeah,
see them, like, down the rows, and if they
yeah.
found people with their phone out, they legitimately went up to them and said, "Give me your phone, like, show me your photos," and they made people delete photos
Delete.
and videos from their
Wow,
phone,
wow.
which I think I appreciate it, like, that people are being forced to actually be in the moment, and also, comedy's a weird thing where if you take bits of a stand-up act
Yeah,
in
context.
in vacuums without the context,
Yeah,
it can look really bad. So
100%.
I think what they're trying to avoid, the comedians at least, like they don't want these little snippets going out and they're having no context behind the joke, and
Yeah.
then people just getting outraged with like whatever they said. They don't know what was said around it.
So what goes on in a comedy club stays in the comedy club, is that what you're saying?
That's gonna be, I think, the new norm is like comedians, like especially the bigger ones, are gonna start pushing towards that as the new norm.
So is that like a Michael Richards, syndrome of what happened to him? Now, again, he said some despicable things and was basically, saying some very racist things during his set to a heckler,
Who's Michael
essentially.
Richards? I'm not even familiar with that.
Seinfeld, Kramer from Seinfeld.
Oh, that I don't know what happened with Kramer, but that seems like that was a different thing because it wasn't he just dropping
Oh,
N bombs in the middle of a
yeah,
set?
but that's what I just said. It was like he was being completely, and he was doing it to a heckler, but he was basically completely going off and racist and completely
No, I
off.
don't. I
That's
think those are very two different things. I don't
uh,
think. I mean, I don't know the context behind Kramer going
yeah,
on his little tangent, but I don't think there's can be any context behind
but
saying
he's
what he
never
said.
recovered. He's never recovered, and he's been very apologetic, and he never ever recovered.
I
He'll
mean, how
never
much of a
be the
career did
same.
he have though outside of Seinfeld?
Yeah, but that was a pretty big career. I don't know. I'm telling you, but people like he's like kryptonite. Like he's been completely canceled, as far as I know. I've never seen him on any other show or comedy tour or anything like that. But Louis C.K. is trying to revive his comedy tour. I agree with you that I think he should be more apologetic. But what you say about him right now kind of puts him maybe above Kevin Spacey, or still below Kevin Spacey by one, maybe.
Who? Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K.
Oh, 1,000 times, like, not as bad as what Kevin
Not as
Spacey
good
did.
as Kevin Spacey. Okay, okay.
No, Kevin Spacey is some really fucked up shit.
Mm,
He was, like, molesting boys and stuff.
not good. Yeah, not good at all. So, okay, I agree with you. So he stays under Kevin Spacey then.
I'm glad
Under
we have that all sorted out.
Yeah, I'm glad. I
Who's
needed
your
to know.
favorite
I didn't
comedian, by the way?
so I've got a few, but So I do like Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld. I actually do like his comedy. I like what he did with comedians in cars drinking coffee. If you've ever watched that,
I haven't watched that. No.
it's really funny because he meets with a bunch of the comedy greats, right? And like he even met with Obama at one time.
Yeah.
So he met with Obama once and went to the White House and did a whole segment on that with comedians in cars drinking coffee while Obama was president, and that was pretty cool. But he's done like every comedian, Chappelle, he's done Chris Rock, he's done like every comedian you can imagine, and it's really cool to kind of see him interact. And he's a master of his craft, right? He's a
Yeah.
word magician, right?
Well, let's talk about someone who's mysterious and magical in their own ways. I think I have another special guest joining us. I'm
Oh,
really playing with the
here we
sound
go.
features today, and we haven't talked to this man in such a long time, and I've missed him so much. It's our Florida man, our very own Florida man, Ton motherfucking Wen. Ton, glad you can join the show, buddy. How you doing?
What's up? First thing I gotta say is congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you. I haven't talked to him since I had the baby.
Wow.
Yep. Congratulations.
Ton,
Life changing, huh?
don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. I'm just kidding, man. It's good. It's also very tiring. I missed what you said, man. What'd you say?
I said that's a horrible thing to say. This is recorded. She's gonna watch it one of these days.
Oh, nobody watches this goddamn
Yeah,
podcast. Don't worry
it's
about
like,
it.
yeah,
No one listens. It goes straight into the trash afterwards. You can say whatever the hell you want. No one cares.
Oh man.
So how you doing, buddy?
Freaking doing good. Weather's good. Not freezing my balls off. How cold's it up there?
very
Pretty cold. I like a good weather conversation to get the blood flowing, break the ice.
You got snow yet or what?
No, not yet. So let me say, so Ton, we had this segment way back when about if Ton would be a good Florida man. Ton, are you the ideal Florida man? Is Florida the way to the Ton?
So Florida is definitely the way of the ton, and let's just put it this way: ton is not the craziest man living in the state.
Wow. Wow. We want to hear the stories.
Yeah, let me hear some stories about crazy Florida.
Nah, I can't, because then I'll
Oh.
be bashing on my people.
Wow,
Is this a
my
roommate?
people.
Wait, is this a roommate that you have that you're afraid they might kill you in the dead of night? Like what is it? Why are you so scared?
No, man, this is all recorded. Anybody can watch it.
Okay.
Again, like I said, nobody listens to this podcast, so you are fine. You're pretty much talking to like nobody. We're not even listening.
I was just watching. I finished watching Tiger King and realized like a lot of people that live around here look like people that could be on Tiger King.
Joe Exotic. What's
Are
the
you watching-
craziest thing you've done? Like, what's the craziest Florida man thing you've done so far being there?
Dude, honestly, I've been so mellow, so busy with work. I haven't done anything crazy. I'm a changed man, man.
Wow.
I feel like
Changed man.
I feel like you can do whatever you want, and you'll never like be the worst. Like you're now like the mellow guy in Florida.
I'm even the mellow guy for me, man.
That's good. I heard Jimmy said he hit you up and saw you in Florida. He said you are still a crazy asshole. So I think that's a lie.
Oh no! So yeah, actually, technically, I lived in California more than I lived in Florida. I've been over there for work so much.
I don't see you as California man though.
California's pretty fun. If it wasn't for the high taxes and the traffic, I wouldn't mind living there.
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
So you don't have any regrets living in Florida?
Not really.
Is Florida as bad? Like people shit on Florida. Like we always joke. Like the rest of the country just makes fun of Florida. Is Florida as bad as everyone jokes about?
I never heard of anybody making fun of Florida. So I never got that. I never got the whole Florida man thing.
Really? Because I think this is great. Because we're going to end the show today in a few minutes, and I have a little segment that I've been saving. It's called the Florida Man. Basically, you put your Florida, you say your birthday, and then type Florida Man afterwards and see what pops up on Google. So we're going to play this for everyone to see what type of Florida Man story we have for us.
All right, man. I know like Russian man stories or Ukrainian man stories.
Oh,
I've never
that's a
heard
whole nother thing.
Yeah,
The
that's a
Rush-
whole other thing.
Do you like tracksuits?
tracksuits.
Tracksuits?
Keeps the sand out of your pants.
Oh, so you might be a Russian man. There you go. All right, so let's if you have anything else for the people, Ton, you got is your time right now. But if not, we're end with our little Florida man search.
Let's go with the Florida man search.
All right, so Ton, what is your birthday and your social security number? I'm just kidding. Just
Wait,
give
you
me your
gotta
birthday.
pause. You have to do a long pause before you ask for that second.
I know I should have waited.
This is another hack.
The exact year.
No, just your exact your birthday, month and day.
August 4th, 1988.
All right, August 4th, and I type Florida man. All right, so
I
Ton,
already know
what I
somebody.
got for you, buddy? All right. So the first one that came up was Florida man buys $140,000 Porsche with fake check. That's not that exciting. Let's see.
That's a life hack right there.
Oh,
That's
hey, you want to hear a crazy Florida man story? Everybody heard about it? Some dude going on a road trip with his girlfriend and then murdering her after being on YouTube. And then killing himself in a freaking swamp and getting eaten and torn apart by alligators.
I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that.
That's definitely Florida.
I got one for my birthday.
Okay.
August 26, 2019. Florida man claiming to be God arrested after touching people at a water park.
Oh, that's definitely. Oh, you got to do me. You got to do me.
I saved yours for last because I feel like your birthday has probably the most shenanigans. You being a Christmas baby, there can't be anything good happening then.
There's lots of good happening on Christmas Day, babies.
Oh, who's born on Christmas?
Emmanuel.
Yeah, me. That's why I'm called Emmanuel.
What does that have to do with anything?
What? Called Emmanuel. It's a very Christmas thing.
All right, I got one for you. Florida man arrested for handing out marijuana because it was Christmas.
It's Christmas. Yeah, see? Good guy.
That's perfect reason to get arrested for handing out marijuana.
Yeah. Well, if
Seems
I
like-
did it today, it'd probably be legal. It'd be okay.
Seems like a really stand-up guy. He'd probably be friends with Ton in Florida.
No, I do not do any things in the state of Florida where it's illegal.
It's all right. We can once we get off the podcast, you can tell us all about the drugs you've done. I'm excited to hear.
Never.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was fun, Ton. Thank you for joining us. Emmanuel, it's always fun, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Remember, if you like the podcast, please rate, subscribe, review. We do this thing once a week. We'll talk to you next week. Peace out. All right, we're out.
All right.
That was
Did
fun.
you end broadcast?
He's on. Well,
What's that, Ton?
just us.